If you or a loved one has been in a collision, or if you are a medical provider or an attorney who deals with someone who has been in a collision or an incident involving head injury, this episode is for you. My name is Premkiranreddy, founding attorney of Reddy's Law Firm. In this episode, I will lean on my training and experience in both the medical and legal fields to answer these questions. The information provided here is for informational purposes only and is not meant to be medical or legal advice. One overlooked area in personal injury is the traumatic brain injury. An individual with a head injury may act differently. On the surface, it might feel like the injury is normal, but any person closely interacting with the injured, like loved ones, might feel that the injured is not the same anymore because the injured might have sudden bursts of aggression, depression, or emotional lability. Please seek help as to how to take care of such individuals and get them the right treatment. Just because the Glasgow Coma Scale taken initially was not bad, does not mean that the head injury is not severe. What if the initial score was taken long after the event occurred because no one was around to report the incident? Just because someone had a whiplash and there is no visible trauma to the head, that does not mean that they did not have a head injury. If the individual with a head injury tells you, "I feel dazed and confused, but I think I remember everything," they actually might not even remember passing out. To them, the period of time when they lost consciousness may feel as if it never happened, as it may have been lost in the period when they were dazed and confused. In addition, they might not even remember events that happened right before or right after the incident. This might be due to damage to the area where the memory was created, or a survival phenomenon where the brain is just trying to suppress the memory to help from constantly remembering that painful event. Please ask if there are other witnesses, family members, police reports, or any other information you can get your hands on to check for a possible loss of consciousness or other factors. Often, imaging testing can come out normal. One might actually see changes or symptoms much later. So please get them a follow-up consult or get them a referral to a specialist. Please remember that correlating clinical symptoms with the imaging and testing is best, and not just relying on imaging itself. Also, please make sure that the individual with the head injury gets evaluated for other related symptoms like depression, emotional lability, executive function decline, trouble with relationships, vision problems, sleep problems, difficulty to balance a checkbook, or trouble remembering how to get to a familiar destination like the local supermarket. Look to see if the individual with the head trauma is self-medicating with alcohol or stimulants to suppress or just cope with the severe symptoms. Document in detail how the individual's life has changed after the head injury. Compare this to how they were before the head injury. If they had a very high intellect and memory capacity prior to the incident, though they might have memory issues, it may not be as pronounced as it would be in an individual who has a lower pre-injury memory capacity. Note that children are affected differently from adults. In summary, if someone is involved in a head injury, do not ignore it just because that person looks fine or the imaging looks fine. Get them the appropriate help. Caretakers of such individuals, please get educated as to the effects of brain injury on the injured and how you can help take care of them without getting frustrated or missing their hidden ongoing problems. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to keep yourself informed of my past episodes and upcoming episodes on various other topics. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon in the next episode. Bye-bye.